in 1987, it was pretty clear that the situation of the Baha'is in Iran wasn't going to change. And Iran was going through a lot. The war with Iraq had gone on for 8 years. At that point, about 7 years. But the total war lasted for about 8 years. And over 1 million people had been killed. I mean, think about this. For about 7 to 8 years, every single Thursday, every city in Iran had a mass funeral. That's just what happened. And over 1 million people got killed. And as the warring countries were getting desperate, they started attacking each other's cities. Every night they would bomb each other's cities, and you literally didn't know who's going to survive and show up to school the next morning. And so my parents in 1987 decided that, I was 16, I did not have the opportunity to go to university, I did not have opportunity for advancement in Iran, and they wanted me to leave the country. So they hired a smuggler to get me from Iran to Pakistan. Now, you can imagine, for an upright citizen, finding a smuggler is not an easy task. But you go through friends and you try to find out how they send their kid out of the country and so on, and through them you find out how to go through that process. So basically, the short of it is that they're smugglers, that they bring all kinds of stuff to Iran, and then rather than going empty-handed outside of Iran, they take people with them who want to leave the country for whatever reason. And these are people that the government has taken the right of leaving Iran away from them also. So on July 7th, 1987, I traveled from the capital city of Iran, Tehran, to Zahedan, which is on the border between Iran and there's basically a place that Iran borders with Afghanistan and Pakistan. It was a 24-hour bus ride that goes through one of the deserts in Iran, which NASA has actually indicated that's the hottest place on Earth. It's called the Emptiness Desert. We drove 24 hours on the bus. We got there. The smugglers were very clear that when you get there, you cannot say goodbye to your mom because that will make the authorities, who are all over the place, could be undercover or not, to get a sense that you are probably going to escape the country, and you don't want them to know. So you simply get off the bus, don't say goodbye to your mom, go by the side of the road, we have your picture, we'll pick you up. That's what I did. The bus got there, I got off the bus, acted as though I don't know my mom, went to the side of the road, a car picked up, stopped by and asked me to get in. The driver asked me to get in, I got in, and he sped away, and I just looked back and I saw my mom through the glare of the window, and she was just staring at the car, but I could tell that she was just crying out loud inside. She had no idea if she'll ever see me again, and I had no idea if I'll ever see my mom again. I'd already said goodbye to my dad, and the driver took a turn, and that was it. I was taken to a house. I was hidden there till about midnight, till 10 p.m. A few other people joined me during the day, 4 girls. They joined me, and then at about 10 p.m. we left that hidehouse. And they put the girls in the back. They covered them. It was a 4-wheel drive truck. I sat in the front with the driver and his help. And he started driving really fast, again about 10 p.m., down the highway between Iran and Pakistan towards the border. And there's a place that the road takes a turn. The car did not take a turn and just went straight off-road with lights off. And we're just bouncing all over the place. I was feeling for the girls in the back. They were covered. They were, laying down flat on the back of this vehicle. And every now and then the truck would stop, and somebody would come out of nowhere and would tell them, don't go this way, go that way, because there are border guards that will stop you. After about an hour, we got to a place that we could see a road that was basically the other side of it was Pakistan. And there were border patrols that would go back and forth. We had stopped about 200 feet away with lights off. We could see border patrols driving away. And once they drove away, our truck crossed, and the help ran out, swept the highway to not leave tire marks behind. And we drove for another half an hour. Got to a point that the truck could go no longer. This was about midnight now. We got off the truck. There were motorcycles waiting for us. We were on motorcycles, dirt bikes for about half an hour. Then motorcycles could no longer go any further. We got off the bikes, there were people waiting for us. We went on a hike. There was moonlight, and I remember I asked the guide, I said, how long will this hike take? He said, about 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, I asked him, how long more? He said, 15 minutes. This went on for 5 hours. And finally, we got to the other side of this mountain range, and it felt like the movie Lawrence of Arabia, what I saw. It's like, imagine, as far as you can see, sand, desert, and wind is blowing sand. And I could tell we were in Pakistan because I saw a truck from out in the distance driving towards us, and the steering wheel was on the right-hand side. And I could tell that we've left Iran.